Hello, buddies, and welcome back to this masterclass for the beginner Python programming language. It's your guy here once again, the Wolf, and welcome. So, guys, as of today, guys, we're going to learn about the shorthand of if, else statement, and lessons we learned about how to use if, else, and else statements. So, as of today, let's get to understand the shorthands for these if, else, and else statement. So, welcome once again. Is your guy, the Wolf. Okay, so we will start off by opening our PyCharm here. Our PyCharm is just ready here with us. And if you haven't installed one, just make sure that you can go back to my previous lessons, introductions, and you can learn on how to install PyCharm for Python programming. So not much ado, just let's get started. So shorthand of if. So if you have only one statement to execute, you can put it on the same line as the if statement. So one line if statement. So we can just do simple thing like this. So let me just clear all this, clear that. And today I think I got a good keyboard right here with me, but my computer seems to be a little bit slow because I don't know. So let me create a variable and call it a is, and then I assign a variable of 5, right? And then I hit enter space. There we go. So I create another variable, I call it b, and assign a value of 2. There we go. From here, once again, I'm going to use if statement here, and I'll just ask myself, I just say if a, which is a variable, and I have assigned it 5, if a is greater than, remember how to use greater than b, just like that. So from here, if I try to print it out, then okay, if I run this, just run this. Oh, there we go. A is greater than b. So that is the shorthand for if statement. So remember, you need to put the colon over there after the condition. So this one is so crucial. This colon will be okay. So let's go to next. That is a shorthand if else now. So if you have one statement for if and one for else, you can put them on the same line using a conditional expression. You see. So for example, we can do one line if and then slash else, then print that prints a value. So if we have this again here variable here, I can say again okay, so I'll just use this print and then use if statement. So print, let's say clean over this. So print a, then I put in one and that. Of course, we know that that's a lie. So just run it again. And here we have a, because a is greater than b, and we can confirm that. So we have used this shorthand if else in one line. So this is called a conditional expression, sometimes known as a ternary operator. Again, let's see on how we can assign a value with if else. So we can assign a value if we can use if and else. So you can also use a one line if slash else to choose a value and assign it to a variable. So to do that, again, let me just change a little thing here and just say this is 10 and this is 20, right? Again, I can let me just put a end over there, and then since say bigger, I can say bigger variable which is called bigger, and then I say assign it a, which is 10, right? You can see that. So I will check, then assign it. So if I can say that if, now I can use if A is greater, is bigger, this over here, which is A, is bigger. Oh, I don't know why it's taking a little bit of time. So paste over there. So if I run this, what do you expect, guys? Of course. But if we run this, let's find out. So we found out that bigger is 20. So a number which is bigger here is 20. And we can see that. And we assigned using if else in one line, right? So the syntax follows this kind of a pattern where a variable is equal to a value if true. In fact, I can write that down by saying that this is actually the pattern that this follows. So we can also do the multiple condition in one line, simply like you can chain a condition expression but keep it short so it stays readable. For example, again, let me just remove all this. I don't know what is happening. Okay, so I will just say print. Oh, this is caps. Print, and over there we can say a. Print a if so let's run this invalid the syntax. This is then let me just print this out. You see B, so that's true. B is, you can see that. Of course, let's go to the next thing, that is a practical example. So ternary operator are particularly useful for symbol assignment and return statements, right? So we can do example, we can find a maximum of two numbers. For example, I can just remove this over here again, or let me just create another variable here. X is equal